Good morning, everyone. Like the news. Um, did you buy some Bitcoin? Did you buy any kind of blockchain currency? Did you buy blood, not blood diamonds, blood Bitcoins? Did you buy zombie fossil fuel Bitcoins? Did you buy all these pollution making Bitcoins that are actually now the only problem in the world? Huh, welcome. So, regarding pollution and me myself in front of a camera, yeah, you sometimes you just can't look better. Um, yeah, you see, it's cold. I don't know, was the pollution problem in the world that it's getting hotter or colder and more rain, or less rain, more dry sun, whatever? It's 15th of May. It's cold, wet. Uh, it's 8 Celsius today, degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius. Where the hell is this pollution? Summer, heat, whatever. Earth is heating up. What happens? I don't know. Maybe I don't understand it anymore. Dirty bitcoins. Bad bitcoins. If you buy bad bitcoins, you're a part of the problem. You're not a part of the solution. You're a part of the problem. That's what the news actually says. Because up till now, today or whenever the last year, we didn't have any kind of pollution problem. We didn't have wars. We didn't have criminality. We didn't have nothing. But since Bitcoin is here, we have all the problems because it's Bitcoin's fault or a blockchain currency fault, if you believe the stories. So, I'm following up a bit on this as a computer science guy. I'm following up a bit on those stories, and I have my own opinion, of course, and I hope you like my opinion, and if not, I'm sorry. But I think it works like I will like to explain to you. And if you like me, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons that are having some positive influence on me. Thank you. So, Bitcoin, blockchain, pollution. The stories that you hear in the news all of a sudden now are complete bullshit. Not one of all these so-called researches are made. They took actually mostly the worst Bitcoin mining guy, girl, whoever, plant or company or whatever, and they scaled it up like, if you make this and that, blah 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 times, yeah, whoa, the pollution is unbelievable. Because mining gold doesn't make any kind of pollution. If you believe in unicorn farts, then you believe that gold mining doesn't make any kind of pollution, it doesn't destroy the earth, it doesn't make wars, it doesn't suppress certain cultures and countries and people in those countries. Mining or digging or drilling oil doesn't make also any kind of pollution, as far the unicorn says, because there are also not also farting unicorns, there are talking unicorns, there are flying unicorns, there are unicorns, chief unicorns that can cook. There are so much unicorns around there. So if you believe in any kind of unicorns, then you will believe that our world is actually up till to the Bitcoin so clean, so perfect, so everything. There is not one criminal used ever fiat currency in the last 100 years. Only criminals use Bitcoin and the blockchain currencies. No banks, because banks are not criminals. And the criminals that used fiat currency to, whatever. Pollution. What is pollution? There was no pollution until Bitcoin, because digging, drilling the earth, fracking especially, there is no pollution problem with this. Probably not. This also one of the unicorns. What else is not a pollution? Actually, 99% of everything else we do on the earth is pollution. We are poisoning ourselves, somebody more, somebody less, but we are polluting everything. And Bitcoin is actually one of the of the less, if we adapt to blockchains, we're going probably to pollute less the earth than we do it now. But there is one problem. The problem is big companies, banks, everybody who has to do something with fiat currency. They are the problem. There are no conspiracies. Don't get me as some conspiracy theorist and so. Conspiracies don't look in real world like they look on a movie. A conspiracy is today a matter of interest. If you have money, you're a big company, and something is making you a problem to stay a big company, to earn the money, and if you're a CEO or whatever, you probably earn a lot of money. And if you don't do something, you will not earn a lot of money, and your shareholders will not earn money. And all this chain of who's losing, who's getting, going to get interrupted. And if you can't adapt fast to something, what do? You slow it down. How do you slow down? Now with stories, with this and that, with telling, it's bad, the criminals use it, and all this stuff. The criminals use Bitcoin was 3, 4, 5 years ago, the big story. Every bank, every financial on the TV, all the news, Bloomberg, everybody was talking. Every financial expert was like, no, nobody will accept Bitcoin because only criminals use Bitcoin. Because lucky we that all the banks and all the Wall Street traders and companies like what's the name, Blackstone and blah 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 and all this are so nice companies. They have so nice videos about how they help the world and pollution free and criminal free, and not supporting dictators in some smaller countries to gain more influence, and not supporting war, and not this and that, and not, they are so clean. Everybody says so. It's if they're just wonderful people, but all of a sudden they're came the bad Bitcoin, the currency that only criminals use, because they didn't adapt fast enough. There was this currency who was adopted by nerds actually. What was the first Bitcoin worth? Nothing, like a pizza, 4 pizzas, something like this. And it developed in a real currency, in a real belief system of payment. Like actually every fiat currency is only a belief, how much you believe in it. There is no currency in the world now connected to something real. One day you can buy for $5 a Big Mac, and easily tomorrow the Big Mac could cost $1,000, and all you earned is like just paper. You have paper. You have nothing. You have just paper. So it's only your belief in this, how much this and this costs, and at a certain point also which country, what, blah, blah, blah. But it's a belief system. Every money today, every fiat is just a belief system. And now, all of a sudden, there comes blockchain like Bitcoin. I take it as an example. There are now more different ones, even better ones than Bitcoin currencies. But let's take now Bitcoin, because everybody knows. When you tell now Bitcoin, even my mother knows. And she's like 65 now. She's not 70, she's 65. And now, you are a big company. You have all these rich, poor, no, you don't have poor people. You have rich people investing in your company. You have millionaires. You have this, you have that. But your company is so big and working so long with the fiat currency and the system, how fiat works. And you actually need time to adapt to the new system, but you don't have time. You have your advisors, your guys there, and they're telling, but we are late. We should start it yesterday, not next day, tomorrow. We had to start yesterday. So what we're doing could you do? So somebody comes there, a clever guy or girl, and you don't know, and tells, wait a minute, we can't stop it. It's suicide. For every country, it's now suicide to stop. It's a financial suicide to stop, Bitcoin. Look just at Turkey. They're making everything wrong what they came in wrong. They're going to be like North Korea. Chinese are digging Bitcoin like hell. But now, wait, blood Bitcoin in the news, and everybody, what, blood Bitcoin, what is this? Like, there was the story about the blood diamonds. Yeah, you supporting the dirty Bitcoin that pollutes the world, because we didn't pollute nothing for ages. But now Bitcoin, every problem in now and the next year is because of Bitcoin. You shouldn't buy Bitcoin. Don't use the fiat currency until we adapt. Would be what's the name? If they would tell the truth, yeah. If the companies were they tell the truth, it would be like this. They would tell, wait, we need to adapt. We are too slow. We are too big, and big is slow. This is just normal physics. You can't steer a big company ship like you can steer a smaller boat. You need time. So you buy time. You buy time with bad press about something, bad marketing about something, with black hat marketing. Now, all of a sudden, And the news they live out of that. All those YouTubers, they live out of that. There is so much YouTube channels, but you will sooner or later get to a channel where you hear Bitcoin polluting, this and this, bad, bad, bad Bitcoin, or Bitcoin, bad, bad, bad. And they pumping this story, and pumping and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And when it started, I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago, 6 even maybe. It started very small, around mentioning, yeah, the pollution problem with Bitcoin, blah blah blah, and they spin it, and everybody talks now about the pollution problem with Bitcoin. And this is such a bullshit. It's only buying time. The big companies, big guys, girls are buying time. They tell you some story about the bad Bitcoin because everything is clean what we do now. Nobody asks how much do the worker gets who works for the iPhone in the company who makes iPhones and all this stuff. 5 cents an hour, 10 cents, something like this. And everybody looking in their expensive phones, iPhone, Samsung, whatever, and telling like, "Oh my God, Bitcoin is polluting our our world," because it's so easy to manipulate people. It's like unbelievable. And then you have a stupid person, and you have a clever person. Let's now that understands something stuff. And now there are more stupid persons than there are clever persons. This is the world. Now the clever person comes up and tells to the something, yeah, this Bitcoin, I think it's a great idea, blah, blah, blah. But 1 to 5 stupid persons said, yeah, but what Bitcoin? But this is bad. This is polluting. I saw it in the news. The news tells that Bitcoin, or I saw it on YouTube. I saw it there. I saw it there. Yeah, it's polluting. It's a problem. It's this, it's that. And what do the big companies have from this? The people are slowed down to adapt Bitcoin because the next jumped, it was up to $60,000 for a Bitcoin. This is unbelievable fast rising. This is $60,000 for a code. Okay, there is the whole machinery behind it, for controlling and everything, but $60,000 for written lines in a computer. Let's make it simple. And this is too fast. This is too fast. This is for the big companies, for banks, for whatever they have to do with fiat. Too fast. They started to adapt, but it's still too fast, rising too fast. And they have to adapt, and they need time. So they took the money, paid all this free press or whatever experts or whatever guys. I would like to be also one of those guys who say, yeah, you give me $20,000 and I will tell everyone how bad Bitcoin is for now, polluting, and then again and again and again. So this whole story started to spin about 5-6 months ago, and started very small, and then all of a sudden talks about the clean coin. Everybody wants the clean coin. Nobody wants the dirty coin. But what is a clean coin, and how do you going to know where it's done, where it's made, how was it made? What was it? A fossil fuel company that mined it, or was it the guy with the solar cells somewhere, whatever, doing it? But it's a great story. You can sell it to any news, you can sell it to any of those TV shows that they talk problems and stuff like that. And if you spin it enough and good, you slow it down. What they managed now from how high was Bitcoin, 50 something, now back down to 40. This is a big jump, because before COVID they had time. There was not so much request about this, but when COVID started, everybody wanted security. Oh, what is security? Bitcoin. I can't buy fast gold. I can't buy this. I can't go out to buy gold. There is a transportation problem with gold, with diamonds, with this, with that. Electronically, Bitcoin, puff, price rises up. Wonderful. Hey, it works. We can pay. All of a sudden, this one accepts that one, this one doesn't. So now a guy like Musk comes up, and it was 3 months ago, something like this. He says, "Yeah, my company is going to take Bitcoin for, and I sell your car. You give me Bitcoin, I sell your car." And as far as I know, he told that this is just a proof of concept, actually a test, a proof of concept. They want to test it. Does it work? Can we sell our cars with cryptocurrency? And it worked probably. But this, I don't know if he is the genius, or he's the crazy villain, or genius villain, or whatever, or he has a great team of people behind him that are thinking forward. There are like chess players. They're like 5 steps in front. So what do they do? What, didn't anybody succeed? What didn't Zuckerberg succeed? So, short story. In the 90s, where was Jeff Bezos? He started Amazon 94, something like this. Where was Zuckerberg? He started Facebook after 2000, it was 2005, something like this. Where was Google in the 90s? They started 1997, 8, something like this. Where was Musk? Musk bought his first McLaren F1 for I don't know how much millions, when all the other guys were just started to try out something. He was a multimillionaire with an internet company, the so-called PayPal mafia. He made money out of the internet like nobody before. He made the money, and after the dot-com bubble bursted, his company was there to stay because it's money, and it has to do with money. Digital money, digital payment. PayPal is digital payment. There is fiat money somewhere around there in the back office, but it's digital payment. Master, Visa, all these credit card companies, it's digital payment. And cryptocurrency is digital payment. It's his floor, it's his ground, his surface, his whatever you want to call it. Zuckerberg still didn't succeed. He wanted to make his Facebook money. No, sorry. Jeff Bezos has other plans, probably. He didn't, maybe he tried something, I don't know. But Musk is the guy. He knows exactly what he does. And why he bought for 1.5 billion? Bitcoin. First of all, 1.5 billion is peanuts for him. Nothing. 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 5 billion. It's peanuts. It's 10 yachts. It's 5 billion. 1 billion is 1.5 billion. It's 3 yachts. 3 super yachts. That's nothing. That's for people like him, this is nothing. This is just testing money. This is like, oh, let's see what happens. Let's try it out. Let's try out something. But it's financial, and he knows the financial influence part, whatever you want to call it, on the internet and the future of finances and currencies on the internet. So you have the Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, you have all these currencies, but on the other side, hit the button, please, the subscribe button. I don't have set subscribers. On the other side, he has control over Dogecoin. He is in control of this. So, no conspiracy. This is just a nice made plan and test. So he bought the Bitcoin and started to sell his cars for Bitcoins to test out how do people react to it and what problems will come up. And now, after a few months, somebody made all these pollution stories for many reasons, and all of a sudden, you are not. If you take Bitcoin, you're taking pollution. You're contributing to the pollution. You are now making clean cars, but if you take Bitcoin, you're contributing to the pollution like everybody. Blah blah blah. And I think he waited for this moment. I think somebody already predicted him or he, I don't know, maybe he himself, if this happens, we can do this. There is always plan A, plan B, and what to do if this is like simple programming, if then. And I think his work around everything he works is like if then. So now all of a sudden, okay, everybody talks, Bitcoin, dirty, pollution, whatever, blah blah blah. But my Dogecoin is clean. I guarantee you, it's clean. Or some. Everything is a big marketing. There are no conspiracies, there are interests, and there is big money that most of our will never see, never understand what $1 billion is, or 100 billion, or 200 billion, or a trillion. It's a number that you can't even imagine in your head how much this is. What this is, if you can buy almost every country, if you're so rich that you can buy the country, there was never so rich people like now. You can try out to gain more power, to gain more influence, to have more control. You will try it out. It's like that. And he's trying out. He will, if the plan works out, his plan, or whatever plan, who made the plan, Dogecoin is going to be the next Bitcoin almost, or at least in the top 3. It's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, or some of them, whatever you like. But all this spinning around the dirty Bitcoin and this is everything just buying money for all the big companies. Is just buying money to adapt to blockchain payments. because everybody worked with fiat, and now they saw all of a sudden, hey, wait a minute, so much more people accepting it. It's so much worth. It's so much everything. We are too slow. We have you know you can't stop blockchain. If you do this, you're down. Like Turkey. Turkey is going to they shooting themselves in the feet with stopping blockchain, forbidding it. They're going to be like North Korea. And you can't, when people starting to believe, and this amount of people, every time you stop you or trying to control it or trying, you can control it. It's a different thing. Probably governments will put taxes on it and everything. It will come slowly, but it will come. Tax control and all this stuff. But you can't stop it anymore. You can't like, oh yeah, it was nice. Now let's go back to fiat. No, you can't stop it. And he will put Dogecoin in the. I'm sure he will be in the top 3 currencies, cryptocurrencies that are working. It's going to be, if you are somebody who only buys clean iPhones, clean Galaxy phones, clean this, clean that, you're vegan and all this, and you believe in all this stuff, and you believe in unicorns, that you will want to buy also clean currency, clean made currency. Like when everybody had a hammer jeep, and then mostly in California they do this, and then they bought this Honda hybrid whatever to just, yeah, but I have a clean hybrid car. I don't drive it, but I have it. It's everything about marketing. It's about how to sell to people something, stories, and how to make the people feel good. And then you buy and say, oh, you know this great feeling when you buy a new phone and it's made by angels' hand and unicorns farts, and there was no suffering behind anything you bought and you wear or you use. Okay, that would be a nice world, but the reality is completely different. You know how the reality is. Dirty wars, people, cheap labor, death, and all this stuff. So they will sell you now the story of the clean currency and the dirty currency. The dirty is one that they can't control, the clean one is that they can control. And the top 3 are going to be probably Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, because Bitcoin is so big now. It's like real gold. You mine it, it's dirty, but it's gold. At the end of the day, it's gold. And it's not going to go away. Somebody will control it, probably, like try to control it at one point, like the US. I even didn't know in US, I think in the 70s, it was not allowed that you have gold or some story like this. You probably can Google it. It was you couldn't buy gold. It was illegal for you as an American citizen to buy gold. But it's funny because America was not made because only of the petrol and stuff. Before that, there was so much gold digging around. There was the main income was actually gold digging. And all of a sudden, you are forbidden in a free country to have gold. And then I think they allowed it some years later, but it was, again, some power control over people or whatever. It was the problem in the 70s. And you were not allowed to have gold. because the government didn't like it, that you have control over the gold. They want the control. So something like this can happen with Bitcoin until they see. But now the world is a different one again, not because of the wars, not because of everything, but the power exchange and power and influence and all this stuff and the communication, it's different. And it's now, you could tell one story to people in the 70s, another story to people in the 80s, another story again in the 90s, and in the 2000s you're selling another. Why? Probably they will come up with some patriotic stuff about why do they need to have control, because the Chinese have it and we all want to control it, and blah blah blah. Yeah, there will be something Bitcoin, and Bitcoin something. You understand? So politics, interest, and all this will influence how, or in the future, how much worth is the Bitcoin or any kind of currency. And I think I don't necessarily think he's the cleverest guy in the world, and he has I don't know, the brain of a supercomputer or whatever. But digital currency is Elon Musk's thing. He was the first multi-millionaire with digital currency, and he has the control over the Dogecoin, and he pushed away as a big, and also as the first company who adapted Bitcoin. He pushed away Bitcoin. Now he used the reason, like, oh, everybody comes up now and says, oh, you're using the dirty Bitcoin, it makes so much pollution, that makes all the problems in the world, blah blah blah. You know how this works, all these stories. And now he's pushing away, but he will probably come up, or he did already, and say, okay, I will take Dogecoin. And all of a sudden Dogecoin goes up. It's, I don't know now, it's 3,000. It was 2-3 years ago, or 2 years, or how old is it? It was nothing worth. And all of us, no, sorry, no, damn, I mixed it up with Ethereum. It's not 3,000. But how much? It's like all the new currencies, from nothing, worth nothing, to worth something. 47, 45 cents, 40, I don't know. Doesn't matter. All of a sudden, it's worth something, and it's connected to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually the gold that everybody digs. So he's a clever guy. There is no conspiracy. There is no this, that, blah, blah, whatever this stuff you people tell you. It's interest, money, fear of missing out, and adapting. Everything was happening. Every story that you hear, it's just to spin some interest, to make a action, reaction, whatever, to buy time to adapt and to see what happens. There is so much money around and so much money in play now, and money, digital currency is Elon Musk's playground. He transformed to a multi-millionaire because of digital currency in the 90s. He's one guy of this PayPal mafia. So don't underestimate him. When Zuckerberg was still shitting in his pants, when Jeff Bezos still looked funny, he looks still funny, but he looks now better than he was when he was younger. In the 90s, when Google was in the garage still writing code, he was the guy who made money digital money already. So now you know who he is. And now think forward. And don't believe too much those when some story starts up to spin. So have a nice day. I hope the sun comes in a few days up, because it's freaking cold, it's wet, and it's all this stuff. Probably of the Bitcoin pollution. It's the reason, or not, I don't know. But keep your head up, do something, buy some currency, trade. Maybe you have a better idea. Now you know better. See you. Bye bye.